everybody. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that I brought, I experienced and brought and took home with me from camp. I have actually already written a written blog about it, and some of you may have already received that, but I just wanted to make a short little video about it as well. There's 3 lectures that Shailene did that I really took a lot from each one. It was a lot of crying, it was a lot of emotion, so I did learn a lot, and I really believe that this experience has changed my life and made me a better person. The first lecture that she did was about discipline. Discipline I didn't think was a problem for me. I've always been able to stick with a workout program or anything like that, but it's like I can see that maybe my discipline is starting to slide, especially now that I'm starting to see that, I'm not reaching my weight goals or the other goals in my life that I wanted to reach, that maybe other things are getting in my way. So it was definitely something great to hear that it was like an awakening for me that I really do need to work on it as well, even though I didn't feel like I had to when I got there. She did make this great video about discipline, and I have posted it on Facebook. I'll probably do it again tonight so you can see it. It was a great motivational video, and I think it's something that I could wake up every morning and watch, and it would pump me up for the day. Her next lecture was about killer confidence. Confidence is something that has plagued me my whole life. I've never been a confident person. I've struggled through it. I've always had a hard time making friends. I considered myself a shy person, but it was just hearing Shailene's lecture about it really kind of awakened me to the situation, is that, it doesn't matter if these people like me or not, and that I should just be me. My favorite thing that I heard all weekend about confidence was some will like you, some won't, so what? I just think that is such a profound way of thinking, is that, it sounds so simple, but it's just, why didn't I think of that? I mean, why have I been spending my whole life, worrying about what other people think? It has actually held me back from so many things. I don't like getting up in front of people, like for public speaking events, because I'm so scared of what people are going to think of me. I get inside my head so much that, even with Derby, I will get inside my head so much that I overanalyze single thing that I do, and then it turns more into like a job and not fun anymore. So it's really something that has really hurt me in many aspects of my life. So it's definitely something that I plan on, working on. I don't think it's going to happen overnight, but it's definitely something that it needs to happen, because I need to be able to move forward in my life and be that confident person that I know I can be, and not worry so much about what other people think of me. Her last lecture was about prickly people. I'm sure if you're a friend of mine, you have heard me discuss the negativity in my life. I do have some people in my life that really kind of bring me down and really, rule my life in that way. But what I wasn't thinking about was that I'm probably inviting these people in with my own negativity. I didn't think I was a negative person, but now that I look at it, is that, yeah, they were being negative to me, but then in turn I was getting negative about the situation, and then probably turning to my friends and then being negative to them, and then, I'm my friend's negative person now, whereas the other person is my negative person. So it's like this complete vicious cycle that doesn't need to happen. So I came home, I was like, that's it, it's enough. I'm not going to be negative anymore. I'm going to be a happy, positive person. Not going to let the negativity rule my life anymore. It's something that it has to change. I can actually say from this moment on, I'm not going to let negativity rule my life anymore. If these people want to be negative, that's fine, but I'm not going to play into it anymore. So it's definitely something that that I needed to hear. So I did learn a lot. I really think this whole experience has changed my life, and I came home such a much better person than I went there with. I just I expected just to, have a great experience, like with the workouts and everything. I did not expect to come home with a better, come home better mentally as well, because it's not what I expected, and I did spend a lot of the weekend crying, and I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, actually. If this is something that you can do for yourself next year, even if you're not as familiar with the workouts, I still, I recommend you do something like this or similar to this, because it really was a great experience. I got to meet great people, and probably friendships that'll last a lifetime through this experience. And like I said in my blog, it's like you walked in the door of the hotel and they were like, "Hey, Turbo, what's up?" kind of thing. And it was like you had friends as soon as you walked in the door. So I never had to get to that point where I was afraid of, oh, who are they going to like me? What if they don't like me? Kind of thing. Because I never got to that point, because it's like they just welcomed you in with open arms. And it's like even, the leaders like Shailene and Monica Gray and everybody like that, they would just come up and say hi to you. And it's like you were just part of their family. So, I mean, it was definitely something that I will never forget, and I do plan on being there next year, so I hope you do as well. And if you have any questions, I did post on my blog about my goals for 2011. I encourage you to write out goals for yourself, and I would love to hear them and share them, so please message me. You can catch me on Facebook, or you can message me on YouTube or Twitter. Please just, I would love to be there to support you, inspire you, motivate you, and be there for whatever you need. All right, thanks.